dear colleagues. In a civilized world respecting human rights, democracy and the rule of law, political prisoners should not exist. It would be a contradictio in terminus. The place of politicians is in parliament and in the public debate. And whether we agree with their views or not, they should be entitled to freedom of speech. That is a fundamental human right recognized by the world and recognized by the Council of Europe and recognized by all the constitutions of European states. But the reality is, as we know, very, very different. We have political prisoners throughout Europe and throughout the world. And exactly 1 week ago, Vladimir Kara-Murza was behind Julian's back there, recipient of the 2022 Council of Europe Václav Havel Human Rights Prize, was sentenced to 25 years in prison in a mockery of a judgment by the judicial authorities of the Russian Federation. We rewarded Vladimir last year with our most esteemed Human Rights Prize. And we all recall how Yevgenia then read the message from Vladimir from prison, where he said, "Thank you very much for giving me this prize, but be aware there are far more people than me myself who are imprisoned and are unknown." So Vladimir then dedicated his prize to all those unknown political prisoners. And we all then were very moved by your speech, Yevgenia. We are all dedicated to help political prisoners. They need our help, but we should not forget their families, because of the burden that they feel is also shared by the families. Indeed, political prisoners whose only mistake it is to have diverging views from the power in place and who couldn't stay silent even at the cost of their personal freedom, like Vladimir, are unfortunately not the only victims of repression. Their families, many with young children, like you, Yevgenia, are left to survive on their own while their loved ones are taken away by a repressive state. I think one cannot imagine the reality you're suffering. When we talk about Vladimir Kara-Murza, we also think about Ales Bialatsky, whose wife Natalia is here now with us today as well. Also a winner of our Václav Havel Human Rights Prize, and also imprisoned for no reason at all in Belarusia. And I think about all these hundreds of other brave people who have had the courage to speak for the truth, like your husband did last week when he was sentenced in Russia. Dear Yevgenia, with this gathering here today, we would like to show our solidarity as the leaders of political groups and the President of the Assembly, to show our solidarity with your husband Vladimir, with you, with your children, and with all those who stand behind him. You are not alone. You do have friends from the 46 member states in the Council of Europe. We are together with you in this most extreme, difficult time. Please give our best wishes to your husband when you are in contact with him, how difficult that could be, and could I please give you the floor to say some words to us. And again, also Natalia, thank you very much for being here with us. Later this week we will have a special event where we are going to talk about the role of the families of political prisoners, and you will participate in that as well. Yevgenia, can I give you the floor?